Hey guys, my name's Hannah. This is actually, I've been trying to record this for a couple months actually, but I just never got around to doing YouTube. Um, Obviously being a new mom takes over your life and things get away from you. So, this is actually my story on how I was pregnant and had no idea until I was actually 30 weeks, 29 weeks in a couple days. Um, and had no idea that I was carrying. And no signs, nothing. So it all started back when I first got birth control. Of course, I always started off on the pill because as a young teenager, they put you on the pill to start you, I guess, in your cycling. I don't know the medical term for that. But they started me on pills. I just became an emotional mess. I would cry at the drop of a hat. You would say potato, I say potato, and burst into tears. I know, stupid. But I so the pill just didn't work for me. I'd cry all the time, or I'd get really angry, or just there was no talking to me. I was probably you would look at me the wrong way, and I would just be a emotional mess on the floor. Um, so I actually came across the Nexplanon, which is the arm implant. If you don't have birth control, or if you do, nothing's working for you, try it. It's amazing. Um, but I had my first one put in when I was about, I think I just turned 21. Wasn't in a relationship or anything like that, so I wasn't really worried about any kind of birth control, but I figured I'd try it just for future. Um, so they put it in, and it was okay at the beginning. You go through a really heavy bleeding, which I know, TMI, I'm sorry, but it's really disgusting. But it was so uncomfortable. They got me back on track with it by giving me regular birth control pills, kind of even out the hormone level. And it worked. I mean, I stopped bleeding for a while, but I didn't gain any weight. This one doesn't really make you gain weight. It makes you maintain a certain weight. And so if you're trying to lose or if you're trying to gain, it might not be the best one for you because it's really, really hard. FYI, I have it now, so terribly hard. But they reset me. So I reset my birth control. I had it for a long time, and then the bleeding happened again. So I decided now, I was in a relationship, really long-term relationship actually. So, and I'll go over my relationship and my fiance now in another video. But basically got in a really good relationship, but the bleeding just started and everything. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go back to the pill. I never bled on that, and yes, I was a little bit more emotional, but I'd rather deal with that than having to constantly go buy stuff, everything like that, just because it got so expensive and so irritating. So they took it out. They told me that I probably wouldn't bleed again, or if I was still bleeding at the moment, that I would bleed for a little bit longer, but I should be fine, and my regular period should start up within the next couple months. Took the pill every single day, like clockwork. I got pregnant that weekend apparently because my son was born in November. I got it taken out at the beginning of February. Do the math. 2 plus 9, 11, November. But yeah, so fell pregnant. So I was just picturing, and I was taking the pill every day still. I was just picturing that I wouldn't have a period for a while, so I didn't really panic, nothing like that. Never got boob tenderness, never gained weight, never broke out from dry skin or oily skin. My hormones were fine. Nothing, like no vomiting, no nausea, no headaches, nothing at all. So if you're not having any signs, why would you check, right? So probably 4 months into it, May, I started a new job where I'm at now. And still no signs. I might have been a little bit tired, but that's just because I had to travel a little further for this job, so I had to wake up. So obviously I didn't notice it. So I went into it, and a couple months in, I was gaining like maybe, I want to say 5 to 10 pounds. Nothing drastic and nothing that I was happy about, but I did eat like a cow there, so they had parties, all that kind of stuff, and you know your girl can eat, so gained 5 to 10 pounds. Then I started feeling like really, really tired. Like to the point where as soon as I get off work, I just go home and I want to lay down. And that wasn't me. Like, avid, like, I'm high energy. Nothing brings me to tiredness. And then when I started noticing bubbles in my stomach, then I panicked. It's almost like a 24-hour turnaround. So, of course, I scheduled a doctor's appointment because I am worried sick, still taking pills, everything like that. She feels around. She says, Hannah, I do think you're pregnant, but I think you're only like a couple months along. So don't panic, yada, yada. So, okay, she was like, I want to send you for a scan. And I was all for it. I was like, okay, that's fine. I'd rather know how far along I am. Because I had no idea, and I want to make sure it's healthy and all that. So I immediately stopped birth control pills, immediately take prenatal at that moment, which I was already on prenatals in general, so it just meant that I was paying attention to, I was taking them every day. So I go to work like any other day. I have a scan at 3, go to work. I normally get off at 5. I'm just like, hey, can I get off a little earlier? I have a doctor's appointment. They're like, fine, that's okay. Well, go to the scan, you know, you roll your pants down, they put like the jelly on, and she's having a normal, nonchalant conversation while I'm laying on the table like, oh my god, my life's about to change, yada, yada, yada. And she goes, oh no. I'm like, oh, please just tell me it's 1. She's like, oh, it's 1. I was like, is everything okay? She was like, honey, you are like 30 weeks along. I shit you not. All the color ran out of my face. The sweat was going back behind my hair. I wanted to roll off the table and puke my brains out. So I'm just sitting there like, oh. And basically that's where it all starts. That was in August, and like mid-August. I had my son, which was 2 weeks overdue, on November 8th. Oh, so that's just a start to my life. That's just how chaotic this life is for me. So, just wanted to start the channel off with a little bit of insight, because I don't know if anybody else experienced that. I don't know if that's normal or anything, but I sure as hope not that I'm not the only one that went through something like that. So yeah, this is my channel. I want to go through like basic stuff, give insight on my intake, like outlook on parenting, maybe show you guys a couple of routines I do. If you guys want to see like daily vlogs, I'm not like the most interesting person, but I'm kind of, you know, I have an interesting life a little bit. But yeah, let me know if you want any new videos or any other videos from me. Or if you want to see my son in a couple of videos, I'm totally down for that. That's completely fine. But yeah, let me know. This is my channel, and welcome to my crazy life.